Welcome to the first devlog of the game I've been working on for a little while. I'm making this video because 1, I haven't uploaded in a century, and 2, I really want to get the idea of this game out there and start showing my progress. So I've been loving games like R.E.P.O and Lethal Company lately, and it reminded me of an idea I had a while ago. Imagine a co-op horror game where players go planet to planet hunting alien creatures. Each planet has its own type of alien to hunt, and you'll need to meet a money quota each few in-game days, or you're dead. To meet this quota, you will need to sell the bodies of the creatures you hunt. When you sell the monster bodies, you can use that money to buy weapons, gear, or maybe even ship upgrades in the future. Time is going to be a major mechanic. Even though you'll have an in-game week to meet your quota, some planets will have time move much faster than in the main world. So 1 day on a weird planet might actually equal 3 to 4 days back home. This will make it so that players will have to watch their time closely, or else they'll miss the quota window. I don't have much AI done yet, but what's there is going pretty well. So far I've added a patrol state for the AI, where right now the AI can move randomly to destination to destination. I made this by basically getting a random number to determine how far the AI will wander. And when it's close enough to that destination, it goes idle and will start again. The AI can also chase the player when they enter its field of view, and in the future, I want to add sound detection, so some monsters will have terrible hearing, while others will be able to hear you from a mile away. This will be very important for some types of creatures, as some you'll have to be stealthy, and some you'll be able to just run in and start shooting. Right now, the AI can't attack you yet, but it can die. When you shoot and kill it, it enters a ragdoll state. Making the ragdoll system itself was pretty simple. I used Unity's built-in ragdoll tool to create the ragdoll and the colliders. When the AI dies, I disable the nav mesh, animator, and any other AI related scripts or colliders. And then the ragdoll is able to take over. Making it work in multiplayer though, well, was an absolute nightmare. I'll get more into that in a bit. I then created a weapon pickup and drop system. I've remade this 3 times and it's still a mess. Basically, it works like this. I put the pickup script on the player's camera, and when you press E, it sends a raycast forward. If the raycast hits a gun or pick upable object, then well, you pick it up. Easy in single player. Multiplayer? Absolute hell. I'm calling around 50 different RPCs just to sync picking up and dropping the weapons. So right now, for my multiplayer tool, I'm using FishNet. FishNet's been used by a lot of cool games like Schedule 1 and has some certain features like AI synchronization that I really need for my game. Now the downside to me using FishNet is that I'm brand new to using it, and I'm still learning, and there's a lot more to learn yet. So right now the way I'm using RPCs is that I'm stacking a server RPC and then putting an observer RPC under it. This way I can sync any functions that I'm using for the server and the client. Now, if anybody that has been using FishNet knows any other better ways of doing this, or any things that they can see in my code that I'm doing wrong, please tell me, as I'm brand new and I'm trying to learn. Any feedback would be much appreciated. Now, for anybody who doesn't know what an RPC is, it's short for a remote procedure call. This is able to sync functions over the network so that servers and clients are able to see what is happening instead of it being just on the one local machine. Now, because I'm new to FishNet, there were some multiplayer specific issues that came along. Now, I had some ammo synchronization issues, like player A picks up a gun, shoots a few bullets, and then drops that gun. But player B comes around, picks up the same gun, and for them, has a full magazine. Why is this? Well, it's because the ammo isn't being synchronized through the network. Now, this is a relatively easy fix. I'm just not very good with FishNet, and it took me way longer than it should have. And honestly, I don't want to talk much about the code because it's just too embarrassing to show. Yeah, no, it's pretty bad. Now, don't worry, I only call the ammo synchronization function every time the player drops the gun instead of after every shot. If I called it every shot, the RPCs would lag out the server, and it wouldn't be very good. Using the pickup and drop system I made, I also made it possible to carry monsters' bodies after you kill them. This is still very much in development and very glitchy, as you will see. When you pick up a body, the player can't shoot or switch weapons until they drop it. When dropped, the ragdoll and gravity get re-enabled, so the body will flop around naturally. Problem is, sometimes the body falls straight through the floor when the player drops it, or literally just ascends to heaven. Right now I'm using placeholder art. I grabbed some Cinti assets because I got them cheap, and I needed some monsters to help test animations in AI states, like walking and running. I'm still deciding on the art direction, but I'm thinking something stylized and cartoonish. Something still a little spooky, like Lethal Company, but I still want the art style to be simple, but scary. Right now I'm focused on the core gameplay loop and AI development. I'm new to FishNet and still learning how it works. This is why development's been slower than I hoped. Now I don't want to spoil future devlogs too much, but some of the things I plan on adding in the game are queen monsters. I want these to be little boss fights for some specific creatures. Not all of them, but just some creatures. And these queen boss fights will randomly spawn. They won't be a guaranteed for the players, but if the players do manage to kill the queen, then they get a lot more money for the body. I also want to add stealth monsters, so I want to make some monsters that will hide really well, camouflage into the environment, or stick to ceilings and trail behind players. Maybe even some mimics or other things like that. Those could be fun. I do have some monster ideas for the future. I'm not going to talk too much about those until they are in development and I can show you guys. Now, if you guys want to see these updates before devlogs come out, I will be posting updates in my Discord, which the link is in the description. If you guys do like these devlogs, do make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any ones in the future. Peace.